Today we're reviewing this pack right here. This is a Moxule Pro Hunting Pack. This particular model is the 2400 cubic inch model. I believe it's 40 liters. And so far, I've gotten about 3 miles in so far with the ruck on my back and a little bit of weight in there. And I'm gonna go over it and kind of tell you a little bit of the things that I like, I don't like, and little things that I wish were a little different. So first off, quick, just down and dirty for this pack. First, I mean, this pack is really modular. The outside is almost like a felt, super quiet, but this thing is super modular. So on the top, there's this compartment, this lid that you can actually, comes up, and then you have your main pouch in here. But what you can actually do, pretty relatively simple and quick, is remove this entire little lid. And the cool thing is this guy right here turns into its own little backpack. So in one of the pouches, I believe it's in the back, in one of the pouches on the back side, it's actually got backpack or straps that you can make this into its own little tiny little pack. So if you want to drop your main pack off and you don't need that much, if you're going out glassing, or if you're just wanting something super small with some snacks or supplies or whatever have you, you can literally put this guy on, and now I have a little tiny little pack on my back that I can go and have a couple of snacks with, leave my main pack at the actual camp. Additionally, this pack right here does remove from the frame as well, and you can also attach the one that's on my back right now, the top lid, to the actual frame and carry it like that. So say you're going in, and this is a meat carrier, so you can put meat in between here, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. But you can put this onto the actual frame of the pack, and then, you know, say you're going out, you shoot something, and it's a couple of miles away from base camp, and then you can actually carry the meat back and then leave your main bag at the camp as well. So a lot of different options. There are so many buckles on this thing that it is just, when I first got it and I took it out of the package, I was a little confused once I unbuckled everything to kind of check it out on where the buckles go. A lot of buckles. Now when it comes to the straps, so far, I mean, they're not the thickest straps. I think I would like to see a little bit more thicker straps, because I've had just bad luck in the past with smaller straps that ended up tearing or ripping. As far as the buckles go, they're smaller buckles than you typically see on like some of your more expensive hunting packs or backpacks, like Eberly stock, or, you know, packs that are that much. But this is a budget hunting pack. But with that said, this thing is actually really decent. I think this comes in right around $320, $330. And some of your other hunting packs, you're looking at upwards of, you know, $600 to $700 for some of those. I know my Eberly stock Vapor back in the day, I paid, I believe, $550 for that thing. But again, that is a premium type of hunting pack. This is a budget hunting pack. Padding, really nice padding on the back. The first thing I noticed putting this guy on was this lumbar support. I have a really bad lower back, and I felt this immediately. And this is nice because it kind of pushes and keeps you upright, pushes you a little bit forward, and I really like that. Really nice, thick padding. I did sweat pretty good, but I am in Texas. It is already 90-something degrees right now, and I was kind of, you know, moving pretty quick. On the sides, you do have zipper compartments. There's no MOLLE or anything, and that is one of my downsides that I do not like about this pack. I wish they would have had some, one of the sides that's either MOLLE or something that's modular, where I can remove this if I want to, for example, carry my self-defense firearm or my 10 mil out in the woods with me, you know, for protection against bears or whatever else have you. But these small compartments are nice. For example, I got my keys in here, stick of gum, and then on the other side I carry my Gerber in case I need to have access to my Gerber. Regarding the shoulder straps are really nice. So what I got on here is I got my Montana Knife Company, and actually I'm wearing the shirt today. I got my Montana Knife Company knock-on right here. This is a knife I typically carry when I'm out about, shoulder strap, so that way if I need it I can literally just pull it out, and I got a knife on here if I need to cut something away or for emergency situations. On the front here, on the top, there is a pack. It looks like this is looks like a waterproof or water resistant liner. Nice little cinch strap and nice open compartment. Another negative that I wish they would have done differently is put a little tiny hole on the side, so like some of the other brands where you can actually run your Camelback hose through. I actually have to run it to the top of the lid, which is not a big deal, not a deal breaker, but it'd be a lot nicer if there was a little tiny little slit here you'd be able to feed your Camelback hose out of. And then, like I said, on that top lid, it does have 2 zippers on the front end and then one on the back that has the shoulder straps, but got my dude wipes in there in case, you know, the emergency happens and I have to run off the trail and get into the woods and do my business. But now looking on the outside, plenty of buckles here. I opened these up. You have a small, tiny compartment here, and you got storage in here if you need to put anything here. I got some SD cards sitting in there. And then my trash and my ramen noodles, my little afternoon snack, a camera lens, and then this goes pretty deep. I got some ferro rods and lighters and stuff of that nature, just in case. But nice little compartment here, so you can store, you know, things you want to get to quickly, and want to have stuff in here that's secure that you want sliding around, like some of your smaller items. And then the main compartment is also able to get in here. So what I got in here today is I got my drone, my camera gear, my jet boil, my canister, my first aid pack, and this does go pretty deep in there. So, and then again on the inside, you got more storage, so carrying an extra battery in here for my camera, and then another one right in there. So plenty of storage. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. I mean, compartments pretty much everywhere. And then to unclip the actual pack from the frame, literally there's a couple of clips. There's a little hard, the frame itself, which you have to pull out. And then you literally just go around and unbuckle these clips. On the bottom are these little pop clips. I can't remember the name of it. But all you literally do is just squeeze these guys together and it pops right off. You pull this thing out. Same thing on the other side. And then you got 2 more clips here at the bottom. Unclip those. All right, so once you remove all the clips, now you have the actual frame of the pack. And this does have the little meat hauler in here. So if you undo these top clips, the middle clip, like I said, there's clips everywhere. Now you got a little meat shelf. So there you go. There's a little meat shelf, so you can actually carry out your meat. And you can also attach the pack on the outside of this, so that way you can have your meat in the middle and then your main pack or the main compartment on the outside, and you're able to carry out your meat. So I can literally keep my main pack at base camp or wherever I'm setting up camp for the night, going out and I'm glassing. I can take this with me, and as I mentioned before, and now what you can do is you can literally carry this right here, the little top lid. So if you want to have a little bit of storage in here, you got my headlamp, some dude wipes, you can have a little bit of storage for things that you need, and then leave your main pack at camp. So pretty cool, pretty nifty. Again, like I said, this is the Pro 2400 version. Some of the specs, 2400 cubic inches. The frame itself comes in at 3.3 pounds, and then with the actual pack, I believe it's around 5 pounds. It's actually not that bad. Like I said, I carried it for about 3 miles, and I'm gonna carry it out for 3 miles, loaded with a good amount of camera gear and stuff like that. So, and then literally all you do is to put all this back is just go in reverse order, put this pack in there. And like I said, this thing's got just buckles all over the place, which is cool, especially for me being a saddle hunter, because I'm always looking to strap things to my pack to carry in with me. And I think I actually might use this setup, especially this right here, this just rig right here without the big pack. This would be awesome to carry sticks in, a platform, and then have, you know, your kill kit in here and whatever else you need to drag your deer out of the woods, but or pack out your deer out of the woods, or whatever game animal that you're hunting. But I think this thing is pretty neat. I think this is very budget friendly compared to some of your other hunting packs. And the modularity of it is just awesome. I really love that, especially being a saddle hunter and just being able to head out into the woods and just hunt and doing a spot and stalk kind of stuff. This thing is gonna definitely be part of my kit moving into this upcoming deer season. So, and just like that, she's back together. Like I said, super modular system, lots of storage. I like that it's got straps on the sides to secure, for example, like you have your tripod. Some of my other packs were missing things like straps on the sides to be able to secure a tripod. So this thing, I had to figure out some other method or order extra buckles. Everything's included in this pack. There's nothing extra that you got to buy, which is awesome. I love that. A lot of the more expensive brands, you literally buy the pack, then you got to buy the top lid, then you got to buy the frame, then you got to buy the outside shell, and then if you want extra straps to hold your meat on the meat shelf, you got to cinch that. Like it's a lot. This one right here, it has everything on it. Comes in at a decent price. You're looking at right around, I believe right now, last time I checked was about $300-ish. I do have a discount code, so there'll be a link in the description. If you want to check this guy out, use that discount code and hit that link in the description, and it'll take you to the site and you can actually check this pack out. And then I got a strap on the bottom side. Now this thing is secure, it's not going anywhere. Same thing on the outside. If I want to strap something on the outside, I can literally just strap it right here. Another strap. Like I said, this thing is just littered with buckles everywhere, which is something that I've like missed in a good hunting pack in the past, where I was like, man, I ran out of buckles. I don't know where to strap my saddle hunting platform or my sticks or my bow or whatever else have you. So another great feature on the bottom side here, you have, what I have is, I ended up taking this guy off, but what this is you can actually attach this to the bottom of the pack with these little clips, and you can actually put the buttstock of your hunting rig in there and then strap it on the outside of the frame, which is, again, if you're walking in a long distance, you know, carrying your rifle is kind of a pain. You can strap it to your pack and just walk in with it, which is pretty neat as well. And also too, these do clip on the sides as well. So if you want to run your weapon on the side, you have the option to do that. And actually on the bottom here, there's a rain cover where it actually has a little hole for your barrel to come out of. If it is raining, you want to keep the rest of your pack dry, which is pretty neat. And then the rain cover, same thing, is on the bottom here. You can literally just pull it out. Strap it over your pack, and now it is covered up, rainproof. And this is what I was talking about, that little hole. It's got a little pull cord on here so you can close it up to keep water from getting in there. But you can have your rifle on the side with this hole sticking out, your barrel out, and now everything's dry, and you just have to cover the tip of your, or the front of your barrel, so that way water doesn't get in. But this is just super handy. And again, the rain cover, some of those premium brands, you have to buy this separately, but it's included in this setup. So I really like this pack. It just has everything in the pack. It's got everything on here. You got your waterproof cover, your frame, your main pack. You can take off the top lid, wear that as a backpack, which is, I think, is really cool. But yeah, this thing is pretty nifty. Great hunting pack. Highly recommend this thing to anybody who's looking for a budget option to some sort of hunting backpack that has just so many features and is able to do so much. So they make two separate colors for this. I believe it's all green and then this camo pattern. I really like this camo pattern. It actually reminds me similar to Osseo gear. If you ever tried Osseo gear, or you ever seen Osseo gear, it reminds me of that. And that is really good pattern. It's very small, just texturing, almost like cryptic kind of stuff. And that's actually good for going out deer hunting, because that is actually what helps blend you in versus it actually being green or camouflage like the woods around you, because deer don't have that type of vision. So who do I think this pack is for? I think this pack is for people who want to be able to quarter out their game, have a lot of modularity. I have not tried this as far as saddle hunting setup go. I might strap all my saddle stuff to it and check it out and see how it looks and take it out for the first couple of days of the season, and then, you know, come back to you guys and let you know. But somebody that's going into the woods that is not able to drive their truck, their vehicle, their ATV to retrieve their game, and it is, you know, several miles in, this would be a great option to quarter out your animal and carry it out on your back versus dragging that thing out. Like, dragging out a deer sucks. I mean, it's awesome because you just shot the animal and you're all pumped up, but after about a mile, you're kind of like, so dragging out a deer sucks. But if you're able to quarter out your deer and, you know, pack it out, I'd rather do that than drag my deer out any day. Now, if it's short distance, then obviously, you know, it's not that bad. If you are interested and you want to check out this pack, I'll leave a link in the description with, there's a discount as well if you click it. Thank you guys for checking out the Moxule 2400 Pro Hunting Pack with me today. That is all I have. Stay safe. Good luck this deer season, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.